Hello grade 12s. Today I'm looking at the trials paper of 2015, a paper set up by Dean Woodley from Kearsley College. If we take a look at this drawing, let's see what we have here. A rather interesting design that he's put together, and I've spoken to you earlier in another drawing about the fact that when these lines change direction, that you need to just understand that this 60-degree angle on this side would mean that the line must be going in the direction of the left vanishing point. This 30-degree line will be going to the right vanishing point, and this would also be going to the left vanishing point. I'll highlight that a little bit later. Let's see what we've got on the page here, just to make a bit of sense from it. On this side, I've got something that looks like stairs, but let's take a look. It is this double rectangle here, and when I look at it from this side, I can see that this is some type of bench. So there's the backrest, there's the seat part to this, and that's why we see this top part here, which is the top part of the bench. The sloping side of the bench will be the next rectangle, and the seat would be the lowest part of that. On this side here, we've got a rectangle, and in my top view here, I've got hidden detail going through there. So this must indicate that this aspect is a window. So this is an opening, and we've got a window over there. You can see here in our front view that it's also got hidden detail indicating that that shape is going through the wall. On the other side now, we've got this little rectangle and another rectangle here. It's not going into the wall or anything because there's no hidden detail. When I look at it here, it's also not going through there. So this to me is this rectangle here, which would indicate it's something like a picture or a mirror that would be hanging on the wall here. Our next component is this over here, and when I look at it, it's a rectangle here on the top with hidden detail. When I look at it in the front view here, left view, sorry, I see these legs and a table. So this is some form of entrance table with a rectangular front edge and then these two leg components here. The last aspect here, we've got a center line over there. Because we've got a center line, that means there is an arch opening, and we can see that on the left view here where we've got this circle. Same in the front view, we've got the hidden detail showing the highest point of the circle, the center line indicating that it is some form of a circle on that aspect. I've given myself the guideline. So the 60-degree line would mean that it's going to go to the left vanishing point. The 30-degree line in pink means that it would be going to the right vanishing point. I've just jotted down those points that I'm more or less trying to follow when I do my drawing. So the first step I want to do is I need to find my vanishing points. The process remains the same. From the stationary point, we go parallel to the side, up to the picture plane, and down to the horizon line, even if this horizon line is so far down. For the left vanishing point, parallel to the side, 60 degrees, from the stationary point to hit the picture plane and down. So let's get those drawn in. There it hits the picture plane, from the picture plane down vertically, label my left vanishing point. On the other side, super long. Where it hits the picture plane, take that line down, and we're going to label that our right vanishing point. Same process. I'm going to start with the basics in this drawing of part 1, the elementary aspect of this, and then do some more advanced stuff in our second drawing. Now our second aspect is to draw the center line. What you'll notice is that we've got a center line at this point, and it doesn't line up with the stationary point. Don't be shocked, it's not a mistake. We've got another center line here where this chair is touching the picture plane as well. We've got a third center line where this table is touching. So we can do all of those lines as center lines, meaning we can take the height measurements directly to those points. I'm going to start then with this side of my shape. So the first aspect I'm going to look at is this wall with the window. Then I'm going to do the chair. Our second step we've done where we've drawn the center line. Our third step is to take the heights to that center line. What I'm going to do, just to speed things up a little bit, is take the top of the wall, the window at the top, the window at the bottom, across to my center line. I've taken those heights across. Now I'm going to project them to the vanishing point. Now to find the specific points, I need to find the edges of my window, bringing them down to the stationary point, and the same for the left edge of this wall. Let's take these lines vertically now. This is the window. Other edge of the window. And that's what we've got for this side. I'm going to see this little inside edge, so I'm going to take that across to the other vanishing point. I've projected this inside edge to the right vanishing point. I've taken the corner down to my stationary point, and where it hits the picture plane now, I'm going to draw my vertical line. This corner now must go away from my left vanishing point. And there's this little inside window and the wall that is completed. I'm now going to get the chair. With the chair, we're quite lucky. Why? There are two things we can use. One, we can use the window that's created already and find these points and then project away from the right vanishing point. But at the same time, this point is touching our picture plane, which means we can create a false center, meaning I can take this line down and project the height dimensions directly across to that point. So that's what I'm going to do now. Draw a vertical line down, which is creating a false center, and then take my height dimensions across. I've projected my false center line down, and I've projected my heights across to that false center. Now what I need to do is take these corners and project them to my right vanishing point. Remember where your right vanishing point is. At this corner we can take this side up to our left vanishing point for the bottom part of the seat. Now let's find the remaining corners of the seat. So I've taken different corners down. I haven't taken this corner. Why not? Because I've already got that corner where it extends from the false center to hit our shape. So that's going to give me that side. And from there we can now take our other points down. So here is this backrest. Here's where the backrest hits, and I'm projecting it down to hit that edge. Here is the slope of the backrest on the actual seat, where it meets the seat. So take that down to our next height, and we've already got this corner. I'm just going to go over this little bit of the seat now. Now I'm going to take these corners and project them to my left vanishing point, and then extend my vertical lines down. Now let's take the vertical lines down. Here is this edge, which is in line with this edge. Here is the edge of the backrest, and here is the furthest edge. Now your check for accuracy should mean that this corner should line up with this corner if you are taking it to your right vanishing point. This corner I'm going to project to the right vanishing point to get this little back edge there. This I would just project down to touch the bottom line. I'm going to come across and get whatever's on this side of the wall. In part 2 I will do the archway. If we check here, we'll notice that that mirror that we were looking at also touches the picture plane, which means that point will become a false center, and the table also touches, making it a false center. So I'm going to do these two aspects now, the mirror and the table. I've drawn in this false center line, which is where the mirror is touching the picture plane. Now the process that we've done before is take the heights to the center line. There's the top, and here is the bottom. And from that we now need to take the points on the one side going to the right vanishing point, on the other side going to the left vanishing point. They are projected to my left vanishing point, and on the other side to my right vanishing point. I haven't extended this line too far. Why? Because I know that is where the line would end, so I'm just trying to stop cluttering up so much on the other side over here. Our next process is to take the lengths and the widths and project them down. Same process as we used before. Take the point, project it to the stationary point. Where it hits the picture plane, we'll take it down. Same on the other side. Where they touch the picture plane, we draw them down vertically. I'm going to maybe just cheat a little bit and go over this in a dark line now straight away, because I know that is the edge. That edge. Here is my other edge. And there is my shape for the mirror. I don't think I'm going to see any shape underneath here, so let me just check. From this corner going to the vanishing point, maybe a double line. I don't know if you'd consider that a double line there, showing a very tiny little piece of that you would see underneath there. And there we have the mirror. I've looked at that and I've realized we have a problem. I have used the wrong height to project for the lower point. So the lower point should have been a little bit lower. So the bottom of this mirror should be over here. And there is the lesson for today, to learn to check everything. Our next false center is going to be for the table. Once again, I'm looking at where I need the height for the table. Take the heights across to that false center. Now we can take the points to our vanishing points. This is at 60 degrees, so it's going to my left vanishing point. This side is in pink, meaning it's going to the right vanishing point. Now to find the actual points, I can take the lengths of my view here, project them to the stationary point, and then down. This point though I've got, which is this intersection here, and I can draw that in straight away, going up to the top, and I can also use it as the line to project across to my right vanishing point. What I have done is just check my accuracy here, so where that point came down, I've projected and I can see that it hits this corner. Take my other edges. And there's my table that I can go over. So opening, we'll see that little opening there. That is the first part of this drawing. I'm going to then move on in part 2 and complete this edge with the arch. Hello grade 12s. This is part 2 of this 2015